Her mother is Full House star and former co-host of The View, Candace Bure. Her father is Russian hockey player Pavel Bure, nicknamed the Russian Rocket for his speed. You have to know Natasha Bure's life would be anything but normal, but she's already a force to be reckoned with as a singer, actress, fashion model, and social media personality. Natasha joins me now by Skype. Thanks for joining us, Natasha.
Thanks for having me.
So when you grow up in such a famous household, how tough is it to find your own path?
You know, not too difficult. I'm a pretty independent person. And I mean, for me, I have kind of always known what I've wanted to do from a fairly young age. So for me to just know that it hasn't been too difficult to kind of follow that path.
That's good to hear. You know, you've just released a new book, Let's Be Real, hoping to provide inspiration for teens. Why did you want to write the book?
I wanted to write the book because I think for me, being 18 years old, almost 19, social media is a really big part of my world and my community. And I think that I was seeing a lot of comparison in a cycle of every single person comparing themselves to the next picture or the next YouTube video or the next tweet or whatever it may be, and realizing that social media is so far from the truth and from what our actual lives look like. I wanted to kind of open up about what teens actually do go through, whether it be with body confidence or health and beauty or relationships or parents or anything like that. I really wanted to step in and kind of shed light on those topics that maybe we don't really see and kind of give girls an encouraging friend and someone to kind of go to and get advice. And that's kind of what the book is there for.
You talk about this in the book that originally you were feeling that pressure and you were trying to showcase that perfect life. When you opened up and started being more real, what kind of response did you get from people?
I got a great response. I think everyone, when you are vulnerable, it shows that you're brave, and I think that you always will get a good response. And I've only gotten positive feedback from people, so it's been quite amazing.
Good for you. Well, I know the faith that your parents passed on to you has been so grounding in your life. How does your faith in God guide your lifestyle choices in an industry that's often at odds with it?
It definitely can be difficult, but I think being raised in a Christian household since I was born, I've always just had that instilled in my mind. So it has been nice just having that background to always kind of support me and to always push me in my faith. But again, there are going to be times in life where people don't agree with you. And I went to a public high school for 3 years, and majority of people didn't agree in my faith or didn't believe in the same things, and it was definitely tested and pushed. But I think that that's important for growth, and that's important to really find, you know, your ground.
And you know, you didn't always do all of it perfectly. So, you know, what kind of advice can you give young people about making those good choices, and even when you fall down sometimes?
I think it can definitely be difficult, and it's never going to be perfect. I can speak from experience that my faith has never been, you know, perfect and crystal clear. There's been bumps in the roads, and there's been times where things are definitely difficult. But I think that if you continue to have tough conversations, you continue to push yourself and to have thoughts and to really think about things, it can really push you. And I think for a lot of it, for me, it's influencers around me, whether it be my parents or my friends, whoever it may be. I think having those people to really encourage you and to influence you for the better is very important.
You have a lot of young people following you, watching you. You know, you are a role model. What are you hearing from them about what they're dealing with in their lives?
I think everyone's different. I have some followers who are very, very young, and I have some followers who are a little bit older. So all of the responses are a little bit different. But I think for a lot of it, it can just be anything from relationships and boys and, oh, what should I say to this guy? Or what should I say to my friend who I'm in a fight with? And then a lot of it is, you know, I'm dealing with body confidence and body image, and I'm not really sure what to do, which is all of those things are things that I've dealt with and continue to deal with. And so I think that that's why I was so inclined to write about it, just because I've gotten such a heavily I've gotten such heavy feedback from you know, from those people.
You know, you are probably a unique young person. You have a lot of confidence, and you kind of had some idea of where you want to go. That's not true of everybody. What's the best piece of advice you can give somebody who is trying to find that path and find their own way, you know, their purpose in life, I guess, in a sense?
Number one thing I would say is that just don't force anything and just kind of go with the flow. For me, I when I was younger, I thought I was going to be a professional tennis player, and that was kind of my idea of what I wanted to do career-wise. And then it just happened that I had always loved music, but kind of just like being up on stage more, finding that it was my passion. That's what I wanted to pursue. But I have so many friends, and I have so many of my parents' friends who they've done careers for all their life and then finally find something when they're much older, and late into their adult years of, oh, this is what I'm really passionate about. And I think that it's important to never limit yourself and to never put yourself in a box of this is the only thing that I have to do, and also don't put yourself in the box of I have to find it right away, because there are some people who do find it way later in life, and there are some people who find it at 3 years old. I have some friends who have been playing piano and singing since they were 3, and that's like what they want to do. And I obviously didn't find it till I was 10 years old, even though that still is very early. But still, you just never know, and I think just to never limit yourself is very important.
You are kind of in the same arena as your mom has been all of her life. What's that relationship like now? You know, that relationship between a mom and her daughter is so significant.
Yeah, my mom obviously plays a huge role in my life, and she's influenced me in many, many ways. And I think it's nice that she is in the same realm as me as far as being in the entertainment industry. She can give me a lot of good advice, but overall, she's just a mom first and wants the best for me.
Like all moms. Well, thanks so much for joining us, and thanks for being such a great spokesperson for faith and just sticking true to your values. We're cheering you on here.
Yay, thank you so much for having me on.